Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Judging of Isaac here on the channel. Today stands accused of taking pills, which is going to be something a little bit different than the last couple episodes of the Judging of Isaac. And we are going to see if pills truly are as bad as I say they are, and sometimes other people say as well, or is it just kind of overblown? So pills, this goes to all pills. You stand accused of being worth less more than what you bring to the table. You cause more problems than solve. You are the bringer of stats downs. You are the damager of HP, and sometimes even the discarder of HP. How do you plea? Well, we're going to find out. But first off, here's your meme of the day. Thank you all very much for all the support here. This one was sent in by Tubson KFC. I don't know how you got a picture of Bajira, but title of the thread was episode 115. That's me and my wife literally every time Sinvicta does any wrestling reference. And in parentheses, they also put, she's never watched a minute of pro wrestling in her life. Yeah. And then he said that he believes in Cursed Penny and he even did the clap. Yeah, I don't know how you found that picture of Bajira, but I'm glad you did. It's a classic meme nonetheless. So here's how this. By the way, Bajira is a good friend of mine. And he also tweeted out about people stop sending him this stuff and posted that meme. So that's where that's coming from. I'm glad I had to explain my joke. So how this is going to work is we're playing as obviously Isaac. The seed doesn't really matter, but if you want to play along, you can. Juliet Tango, Juliet November 8060, and then I'm going to give myself little baggy from the start because I want to make sure that we have all the possible chances of getting a bunch of pills here. And we're just going to go with this. So, and we are starting on the Curse the XL. I'm going to take every single pill, and I'm not going to take anything that gives us neutral or positive. This is just going to be pure raw pills, and we're just going to see how it goes. Hey, we got to start off with speed up. Now, as always, with these Judging of Isaac videos, you can only take this so far, obviously, because you're looking at it sort of a microcosm of a run, and one run out of many hundreds of runs. So it's hard to say whether or not, just definitively based on one run, whether or not pills are going to be good or not. But you know, it's been the constant sort of monkey on my back ever since I started to play Isaac, and I realized that pills are just really god-awful. A lot of people try to convince me over the years, over a decade actually, that I need to start taking pills. I thought about for a second, I thought about maybe taking this challenge and also bringing back the rules mod for this to where we would just have a pill drop every single room, but I don't think that would be a simulated. That would be a little bit too unrealistic. So we're doing just a regular run, and we're just going to see if we get any good pills or not. We get 40 out of energy. I wish I would have at least held on to Evil Eye, but there we go. And like I said, I'm not going to be taking anything that's going to affect the pills. I'm not going to be taking Virgo. I will not be taking PhD. I won't be taking false PhD or anything like that. We're just simply going to be taking all pills that we see and find out truly, was it for better or for worse in this one particular instance. Now, obviously, we're also not going to see every single pill that exists in the game because it's tied to your seed. There's going to be plenty of pills that we're probably not going to see. So far, I mean, we got a speed up, and I'm down with that. I'm wholeheartedly agreeing with that one. And the D6 is just kind of here just to see what else we can get for an interesting run. But I didn't want to play as Eden because I want to start off with base Isaac stats. And yeah, I figured that we're doing something a little bit different for this one, and it should be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna take every possible opportunity that we can to take pills. And by the way, if I didn't say it already, we are playing, of course, on the Twitch save file here. Oh my gosh, that was a dime coming from a keeper. Well, I'm gonna take this pill here since we can afford it. Pretty fly. We can re-roll actually the shop. Let's find that other item room first. How about that? Now, if we do get overpowered here, it probably won't be because of pills, but I just want to see what kind of impact it has on us just taking all pills and purposely avoiding stuff like PhD, Virgo, etc., etc. And it would be it'd be an interesting development if we ended up seeing something, seeing a run that allows us to kind of be like, hey, look, we took pills this entire run and nothing bad happened. I mean, we did that for all pills taken week, and it's kind of like going into a doctor's office when you're sick, right? You're like, yeah, this is the worst thing ever. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to make it to tomorrow. And then all of a sudden you go to the doctor's office finally, and you feel like $1 million, right? Every single time we put a spotlight on pills here, pills have always turned out to be good. So we'll see if that's going to change with today or not. But of course, if you enjoy the Judging of Isaac series, the mini series here on YouTube, make sure you're clicking the like button, doing one of those mid episode, even though it's just the beginning of the episode, the mid video reminders. For those of you who did not know that clicking the like button is the best way to support your favorite content creators here on YouTube, including myself. Best way to do it. And shout out to all you Mosh Pit Chads out there who do watch at 0.75. I've been seeing an uptick in that as well. It's been making a big difference on the analytics and stuff. So thank you all very much for that. I'm going to give it one reroll. We get a soul heart and a couple bombs. It's fine. And then we'll go back and get this other full charge and save it for the boss. For the boss or for the devil deal. Let's find out. But I thought this one would be interesting because instead of really just seeing like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do a regular run, but we're just going to take all the pills and see what we can get. We're technically doing that, but with little baggy. And this was an idea that I had from a recent run that we did a couple of days ago on stream, which was, by the way, one of the worst runs I have ever seen. And I don't say that lightly. It was awful. We were down to a half heart of a total of 1 HP for, I think, a floor and a half, and we did end up pulling out the dub, but it was iffy. I am going to take this HP upgrade, even though it just does nothing for us, kind of. And this is a good opportunity for us to get 2 cheap reroll pedestals here, and a crawl space thanks to the Shovelda Book of Sin. It does give us another full charge, nice. E-Bizzle and Backstabber. Yeah, I think we take both of those. And we get the wafer too. Wow. Wow, that was one heck of a devil deal into a crawl space. Okay, so we still need to go back and find the other item room. All systems are go here. Thank you, D-Bizzle. I didn't mean to push it away from you. And on top of that, we still have enough money to buy a premium item from the store. So very, very strong start here. For items anyway. Obviously, we just have base Isaac damage and base Isaac everything, so nothing to worry about there. But yeah, that Eden run that I had on stream, that one actually was the product of us having 0, and I mean literally 0 damage upgrades until the very, very, very end, when I finally got some damage upgrades. But what gave me inspiration for this week's Judging of Isaac was the fact that we did start off with little baggy, saw a ton of pills. I ended up having to take a lot of pills because I took False PhD in Depths 2. And yeah, and then after that, it was kind of, we were kind of saved. And I said it during that stream. I said, you know, False PhD is legitimately pretty much an automatic pickup, because if you're not going to take pills in the first place, you might as well identify them and be selective about the pills that you do take to give you the stats that you want. So like, we don't care about luck rating, we don't care about range or shot speed down most of the time. Wow, Speedball into Roid Rage, man. Now, of course, we're getting this banger run here, so it's going to make all the pills totally irrelevant. So back-to-back, huge pickups there for Speedball and Roid Rage. A good devil deal. And we could take Sharp Plug for quick rolls, but we should try to get one roll in this store. There's gonna be a little bit of backtracking here, but we are fast enough now to where it doesn't really matter. And of course, if you have your own opinions, if you have your own items for the Judging of Isaac, post them in the comments down below. Or in the Discord as well. We'll get it to yourself. Okay. Yeah, the game is going to troll us on this run and just give us nothing but positive pills. That's what's going to happen. But, you know, in reality, it does kind of show you that if you get good rolls from your pills pool in any given run, no matter who you're playing, it could just, the rich get richer, right? You're going to just have a much more stronger run than you would have. No, I'm not taking PhD. I've already talked about this. I want to, trust me, but I'm not gonna. Third time's a charm. Really? Okay. Well, say lovey. Curse the Blind. Now, what I thought about doing here as well is combining it with a little bit of a Wacky Wednesday and just turn it up to extreme to where we say, like, all enemies drop pills. But there's no way to force the pill table, though. Like, it's you just get what you get from the seed, and that's it. So I didn't know if that was going to be maybe as interesting, because the only way that would be kind of interesting is if I was forced to take all pills, but they all stayed unidentified, even after taking them, because you know I'm going to forget the pills like that. So our energy is very good. We've had nothing but good pills so far, especially for a D6 run too. Like having so many rerolls is just so strong. Then on top of that, we get the wafer, which is just out of control here. E-Bizzle. Oh, you dropped a pill. Get a luck up. Yeah, we're not going to receive a single negative pill, are we? Backstabber doing its work there on Mega Maul. I can't believe the fire went that far. There we go. There goes Mega Maul. We get Booster Pack, which dropped a whole bunch of pills. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, we get Maw the Void. Wow. Yeah, so let's take some pills here. Shot speed up. Some diarrhea, which is dangerous. And a range up. And another range up, which is good for Maw the Void. And Lemon Party. Yeah, we're cooking here. Maw the Void is going to help us out in a great way, especially with us having Backstabber here. Yeah, it's another opportunity to ask the Mosh Pit for some opinions for Judging of Isaac. You know, like how mod assisted do you want to see Judging of Isaac's? Do you want to see stuff taken to the extreme? Does that get borderline too Wacky Wednesday-ish? Or do we really want to just kind of just push the limits of what we would be able to see in order to judge fairly? Because not every run is going to cooperate with what we've got on the stand. And this one, of course, is kind of a no exceptions there, because so far we've gotten everything. We've gotten no bad pills, which is something that is kind of, I think I would at this point think it's predictable. The game's going to try to troll us in every which way, shape, or form. Get Tech X. Tech X plus Backstabber is just so good. But it really, you know, the judging of this one comes down to the quality of the pills that we've seen and how it's affected our run, not necessarily how strong we've gotten. And just like, you know, there's a certain level of ignoring that we can sort of levy against the items on this run, because we're really judging it from the stats. You know. Wow, I did not see that shot at all coming. Okay. The greed fight. Kind of hoping there's gonna be more pills here. We'll say that this run is eerily similar to that run that I had on Twitch, minus the fact that we have Tech X and Maw the Void. We actually have movement speed as well. That run was legendarily bad. Anyone who saw that run, I think we did it on Sunday. It telepills. Something's wrong. Got a verp, health up. Okay. Good. Vision, all right. Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Getting lots of health ups. I accidentally used my 40 energy pill. I don't know if we got anything there. I think we lost Tears. We did get I Can See Forever. We lost movement speed. We gained a lot of HP. Alright, D-Bizzle. Hey, D-Bizzle, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen you drop a single soul heart yet. I'm just saying. What am I doing? We have I Can See Forever. Lemon Party is gonna be able to do a lot of damage to Frail here, and we get a Tears up and HP up, which I will take. D-Bizzle, you got a soul heart for me, buddy? Yeah, buddy. Another Curse of Blind here, but we do have the library, so at least we can clear out these books. Whatever they are. Book of Secrets? No. I take the Book of Secrets at this point. For the dead. Secrets! Well, put up or shut up, and I'll put up. I'm hoping that we get... I mean, with D-Bizzle, he's going to drop more pills, too. Fanny Pack would also be a good get for us if we could find it again. Did we see Fanny Pack, Freddy? I actually don't remember. Wow, that I'm excited. Pill took me by surprise. A little bit sad that we lost all that movement speed from Speedball and Roid Rage, but we're still in a lot better shape than we would have been with base Isaac movement speed here. They're also one away from Spun, so. Mystery Sack. I mean, Mystery Sack could give us some pills as well. But on the topic of pills, because I want to stay focused to what this Judging of Isaac is about. Cracked Orb. You could argue, and this has been one of the main rebuttals of my hard no pill stance over the years. You could argue that, well, if you're good enough, you shouldn't have to worry about taking pills. You just overcome it. And that's something that a lot of people have said to me, and they're like, you know, take pills or you're playing baby mode or whatever. Outside of the obvious argument of, hey, just let me play how I like to, there are certain situations where pills are just definitively bad and also dangerous. You don't want a bad trip pill to take you by surprise when you don't have the HP. You don't want to have a health down pill when you're only on one soul heart, or a half soul heart in some cases. It's all about eliminating the bad from being a possibility. You're controlling the RNG as best as you can in the game. And pills kind of represent that whole idea of, you know, risk versus reward up to a certain extent, but there are times where you just get screwed by the game. I mean, there's just nothing positive coming from it. 2-Heart Devil Deal here, pretty much got to take it. It's gonna be Brimstone. My God, another Lemon Party pill. 2 Lemon Parties. We'll take that. Yeah. And I do kind of wish that there was a little bit more of a healthier discourse revolving pills to kind of ignore the whole idea of, like, you know, all pills could be bad or all pills could be good. Just more along the lines of, like, you know, letting people choose whether or not they're willing to take the risk. And that's kind of how a lot of the Judging of Isaacs have come down to, is, you know, if you feel like playing around a possible issue, then go for it. But what I am more interested in is this ever going to be worth it? You know, have I got it all wrong? Are pills secretly goated? When you're in a situation where you don't have neutral or positive pills, you're just there up for you're at the mercy of RNG here. You know, is it actually feasible on runs to where you just don't have to worry about pills? Be like, yeah, that's, you know, got a couple down, got a couple good. A little bit late in the game to take Chaos. I am going to take Mom's Bottle of Pills because that would give us some more opportunities to take pills. Where is she? Sure. Got luck up. Horf pill. Luck up. Tears up.
Tears up.
And I don't know what the game's session is with Lemon Party here, but well, it's very on brand here for Isaac, but I'm not going to go into that. Shot speed up. Still have a good chance to make boss rush here. Unfortunately, though, we're not going to see a full card. This is just going to be a pill. Now it might be telepills, but it's going to be a pill. It is telepills. Now we still have we've got the silver dollar, which is going to allow us to have a shop inside of the womb, which is real nice. It gives us value that we still have on our money without sacrificing, like, you know, oh, we got to spend everything now. No backstabber shots there, unfortunately. Not sure why backstabber isn't proccing more on Mom's foot. Wait for Maw the Void here. Yeah, maybe you just can't backstab her foot. I guess I never thought about that. Remember, out of all this, we're still operating with Isaac's base damage, so we really need more damage. It's not a take the negative sort of run, but we do need more damage here. Purity would give us damage. Back to the shop here. And look at that. We did get the Purity Aura, the one that gives us damage. So that's pretty good. 8.43 damage is definitely where we want to be at, especially with Maw the Void. Now looking for ways that would make pills a little bit more attractive. And the bigger picture of, like, maybe possibly adding new pills. I've talked about how I would absolutely take every single pill that existed if there was a damage up or a damage down pill. I would do that. I think that is, in my opinion, that is well worth the risk of whatever we would have. Tears up, range down. Wow, we were just getting hooked up. That 4-hour energy pill. This is an interesting synergy here. A Horf. The 4-hour energy, we just get pills left and right. Range down. Shot speed up. And telepills, okay. I'm gonna get out of this room so I have plenty of room to, like, do stuff. Health down. Bad. All's a pill. All's a steal. I mean, we're taking our fair share of pills here, so. See, D-Bizzle picked up our Hemantemesis hearts, and that's fine. We got I Can See Forever, which is also, it's nice. You know, it's always great to have an easy access to shortcuts, possibly. But going back to, like, what pills I would add to the game, definitely damage up and damage down. I think that's fair. You can't have one without the other, otherwise it becomes too unbalanced. So damage up, damage down, I think would be cool. Another type of, and this is something that I've never talked about before, but another pill type that I would absolutely love would be a counter amnesia pill, where it disguises itself as possibly an amnesia pill, or it could give you full mapping. If not full mapping, then maybe give you the Book of Secrets effect. What in the world? Oh, we got Curse of the Maze. Wow, we got Curse of the Maze 2 rooms down. You don't see that too often. D-fly. It would be so cool to have it'd be an equal 50-50 shot of taking a pill. It would give you amnesia, or it would give you the Book of Secrets effect. So you would get one mapping effect out of that every time you use it. That would be another thing that I would definitely take and probably like. D-Bizzle, are you kidding me? That spider follows all the way from back here, bro. Did get our Halo back. By Halo, I mean our damage upgrade back from Purity. Unidentified pill this late in the game. It's going to be Amnesia, speak of the devil. Right on cue. Just to those of you out there who still don't think that the game doesn't listen to you. Yeah, we got plenty of keys here, so Isaac, what in the world happened to your face? Spelunker's helm. It's very good for Curse of the Lost. Okay, well. We swallowed the silver dollar, by the way, if you're wondering where that went. Because we have marbles. Definitely play the Sack Room Shuffle here. So far, the only negative pills we've gotten so far has been shot speed down, I think, and a range down, obviously, is what we're holding on to right now. And if you look at our stats minus the damage that we're getting from Purity right now, the stats speak for themselves. We definitely have had a more positive experience this time around with pills than we normally do. But I think there are times where pills make sense. Like you get to a certain point where it's like, hey, our stats can't possibly get any worse, and if they do, it's not going to affect us that much more, you know. I guess we can take Latchkey for the soul hearts and the keys, I suppose, but not we don't need any keys anymore. Movement speed up, take that. Speed. We did get a soul heart. Yeah, you know, we've had a pretty easy time here thanks to Maw the Void and Brimstone. So let's go fight Old Hushy. We got to give Old Hushy a little bit of a nod here as we get ready for Hush Delirium week coming up, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Mosh Pit's gonna have to crush it here on the like streak goal. Lots of active items. And Tarot Cloth does nothing for us, but it'll drop a pill. RNG, okay. Was a diarrhea. Speed up, okay. Speed up. And range up. Range up. Get Mars. I haven't seen Mars in a minute here, but this is the new Mars, obviously. One of the very first time we did a review on an item here was the new Mars. The new Mars, it is better. It's the best iteration of Mars, in my opinion, that exists currently. I still would rather just see a complete rework, but Zombolis did do a lot of work on the new Mars to try to make it like just better. And it's absolutely the best version of Mars. I don't think anyone will argue with that. How could it be better? The double tapping thing still is just, it's awkward when it happens. But I at this point I don't know how its current iteration could get any better. Maybe if the shield lasted a little bit longer. Maybe if the range of the charge that you did extended the shield as long as you hit something, like proportionally, like I think that would be cool. But other than that, yeah, I can't think of really too many ways to just make it better. And get some good Central Spirit action here. Or Hungry Soul action. How's that cranked up, man? There we go. You can hear me talk now. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'd love to see a damage up pill. I'd love to see a counter amnesia pill. That gave you like a chance of mapping. Another pill that would be kind of cool would be, it'd be some kind of, it'd be a little bit of a, you can't call it experimental pill. We already have one of those, but it'd be like a reversal pill or something like that, where it will reverse. It would do the opposite effect, or substitute a completely new effect of one of your pills that you've already previously identified. So, for example, it could take a health down pill and turn it into a health up pill, giving you like an additional type of that pill in your repertoire. So you could have like 2 health up pills in your pool instead of 1. It could turn, or it could maybe do like a special effect. You know, instead of retro vision, it would give you like enhanced vision, which gives you like, I don't know, special targeting vision that causes you to deal 2x damage to certain marked targets, and they appear randomly. I think stuff like that would make the game more dynamic as well. It would make pills more dynamic. Let me put it that way. Isaac is already a very dynamic game. You will not be able to find many games that you could play in so many different ways than you can with Isaac. I don't think there's too many games out there that exist that a YouTuber could make, I mean, technically really infinite videos on, and still have a good time. Another lemon party. I don't know why we're getting so many of those. We get another luck upgrade as well. What's going on here? We got the range upgrade from Purity, which is definitely not what we want, but Cracked Orb is showing us where the boss is, though. If you're wondering why we somehow all of a sudden got mapping, we took damage there. So we're getting down to it here, and I can confidently say that pills overperformed, I would say, in this run. We had a great majority more positive pills than negative pills, which is that's not common from my experience anyway. But as I said at the beginning of the video, you know, this is really just going to be one very, very, very small microcosm of Isaac. You can't dumb down stuff like this down to just one run and say like, yeah, the pills are absolutely bad or pills are absolutely good. A lot of the judging of Isaac comes from many, many, many runs of seeing the bad and also some of the good. And certainly just because we saw pills the game behaved pills wise for one run does not mean that pills are off the stand. But I'm preparing my final judgment here. Long overdue, long awaited judgment on pills. Now, I was also thinking of what would be cool, and this might be the first episode that we enact this. Oh, it's because of Spelunker Helm. It's like that can't be the whole map. One thing that we may end up enacting because of this episode, because pills were actually so well behaved. I'm thinking about beginning an extension of the Judging of Isaac series and calling a sub-series of that, call it Double Jeopardy, where we take another round of judging on a previously judged item in the Judging of Isaac. Now, this miniseries has not been that old. Like, we've only had what, like 5 episodes so far. So this is something that I'm thinking about. And if we were to do the Double Jeopardy, where we take back a previously judged item and look at it again, for better or for worse, pills would definitely be one of them. And it would be on a, most likely it'd probably be on a Wednesday. I don't want to deny too many people without their Eden runs for more than one day. Maybe it could be a special Sunday episode or something like that. But let me know your thoughts on that, on the Double Jeopardy spinoff of the Judging of Isaac. Let us know your thoughts on that. The Mosh Pit's always going to be my boss. Okay, I don't know about that. That hit there was a little bit suspect. A little bit sus. People still say sus anymore? I don't think they do. I think it died out with Among Us back in 2021. It ranged down, and that proved to be the only stat down of his entire run. Go figure. But my final judgment on pills, as for now anyway, based on my experience and also based on what we saw in this run, final judgment of pills. I think pills could be good. Don't take one run as church. This is one of those instances where you can't, because there's so many variables at play here. I think that for any average Isaac player, I think that taking pills is mostly going to be fine. I think you will get burned every now and then, but if you go into a run expecting, at least knowing that you're running the risk of being burned, just be ready to adjust your expectations. Me personally, I still don't think pills are worth the hassle right now, unless if you can get PhD, Virgo, Luckfoot, anything that gives you neutral or positive pills or better. I think that is always going to be sort of like my own golden rule. There are times where you taking pills may, even at a net negative, is still going to end up being a net positive based on what kind of stats you're looking at, especially who you play as. Eden is going to be is especially susceptible to how good or bad pills can have a lasting impression on the entire run, or lasting influence on the entire run. So bottom line, pills are one of those situations where if you do want to play around them and you're willing to take the risk, go for it. You're probably going to be okay. Me personally, one run is not going to change my mind on this one, but there's always the possibility of revisiting pills for Double Jeopardy. And I think that it's a matter of taste. It's an acquired taste to do pills without having any sort of protection with the positive or neutral pills or better. I think that if you do decide that you want to experiment with pills, go for it. Just do it on runs where you know that you don't really have a whole lot to lose, or out of just sheer desperation. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I would love to hear your opinions. Has this episode shown you that pills can actually be pretty good, or you're still kind of like, nah, I think I just take pills all the time and stop being a baby? Or on the flip side, are you on the very hard stance of, no, we just don't take pills, period, without one of those 3 items? So let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Have a great start to your midweek here in the Mosh Pit. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thanks to mine like Jacob Tatum, Arvid, and Shay Dotan. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.